This is PlayerProps.ai. This for winners research. We run it up with every betting tool you know in each perk. Trevis tested waters, help you swim even the feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you PlayerProps.ai. This for winners research. We run it up with every betting tool you know in each perk. Trevis tested waters, help you swim even the feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you eat.
Hey guys, it's CEO Trevis with PlayerProps.ai. Did you watch the Thursday episode? The episode we dropped 8 days ago for you for the opening kickoff game. Well, if you did, congratulations. You have a lot more money than what you started with. I did all of the week one content very far in advance to give you plenty of times to have zero excuses. If you locked in what we told you to lock in, again, you made profit. We focused on one player prop and one team bet on the show for Thursday Night Football. The team bet was Dallas plus 6.5, which ballooned to Dallas 7.5, and you can even get it day of at Dallas plus 8.5. No matter what you locked in, whether it was 6.5, 7.5, or 8.5, all of those hit. Dallas only lost by 4. The prop that we locked in and that you've seen all over the internet, because we've kind of used it as our ad, was A.J. Brown under 5.5 receptions. Every other thing that I saw on social media where somebody's like, this is what we're locking in today, everybody and their mom had A.J. Brown over receiving yards and over receptions. We were the only one that had him going under. And then when he had 0 targets till like 2 minutes left in the game, everyone on social media is like, I can't believe, like, where's this guy at? Well, if you listen to the words coming out of my mouth and you use the PlayerProps.ai app, you would not have bet on him over yards or over receptions because the play of the day was under. And they've essentially force-fed him 1 target and 1 reception because he's never finished with 0 targets in his entire NFL career. So they like force-fed him 1, so he didn't essentially break that. But yeah, we are undefeated right now. Also, day of yesterday, Ben, who does a lot of our short-form video plays of the day, his play of the day that he dropped on YouTube yesterday, a couple hours before the game started, was Will Shipley over 9.5 rushing yards. And guess what? That also hit. Every single thing on this YouTube channel, 100% hit rate. Every single thing that we mentioned. Typically, so right now I'm recording this on Friday. It's Friday, September 5th. It's the day after the Thursday Night Football. There's a game tonight as well. There's already a video tonight for tonight's game, so make sure you watch that one. But normally during our normal NFL schedule, so like Friday of next week, Friday is the day we record our Monday Night Football show. But because we already have the Monday Night Football show, because we started doing week one content so far in advance, again, to give you 0 excuses for not locking it in. If you are simply ignoring me, that's the only way you're losing money. Because I had this essentially open day, where this normally, again, is when I would be recording the Monday Night Football show. But because it's already out, we're going to do today's show on the Circa Million. So you might be asking yourself, Trevis, what the heck is Circa Million? So I've already done an episode talking about the Circa Survivor. The Circa Sportsbook is a sportsbook that is in Las Vegas, and I think they're actually expanding to a few other states right now. And it's the largest, so I'm competing in 2 contests, 2 of the largest contests in the country, actually in the world. The first contest, which you already have a video out for, is the Circa Survivor. That's where I pick a team to win, regardless of the spread. I pick a team to win every single week until I pick a team that does not win. And I can't pick a team twice. So if I pick Team A in week 1 and they win, I continue picking again for week 2, but I can't pick Team A anymore because you can only pick a team once the entire season. So there's a whole video going over that. We actually are running a free-to-play NFL Survivor Pick'em League where you do the same exact thing. You pick one team. If they win, you go to the next week, but you can't pick that team again. If you aren't in that yet, the first place prize is 365 days free of PlayerProps.ai Premium, which again, we proved to you again for the millionth time last night that our app works because we went undefeated. If you missed that part of what I already said earlier on this episode, in the Discord, the free Discord that you should 100% have been in by now or 100% be joining by the end of this episode. In the free Discord, there's a channel in the football section that says NFL, I think it was like NFL Survivor Pool. You go to that, it has a link. You tap on the link, and that gets you in our Yahoo Survivor, and you do the same thing. So if you can't join after week 1 closes because you're eliminated. You have to have a week 1 pick. So you only have like a few days left, like 2 days left to get in that league, which again is 100% free to join, like almost all of our contests. But yeah, let's get back on track. We already have an episode out for the Survivor. If I'm the last Survivor out of all of the entries, I win over $15 million. So that's why the thumbnail says $15 million on it, because that's what I win. The other contest that Circa does that I'm also in is called the Circa Million. The reason why it's called Circa Million is because if I get first place, I'm guaranteed at least $1 million. Here's how the Circa Million works, which is what you see on the screen here. Every single week, you can't get eliminated from this one like the Survivor. Every single week, you have to pick 5 spreads, 5 NFL spreads. You can do Thursday, you can do Friday today, you can do Monday Night Football. But of course, you have to have the pick in well before those games start. So I'm not doing Thursday, I'm not doing Friday, but this is how it works. You just pick 5 spreads. Every single time that one of your 5 spreads is correct, you get a point. If you choose a spread and it pushes, so like on the screen right here, you see Steelers -3 and Jets +3. Let's just say for hypothetical sake that we choose Steelers -3, and then Steelers win by exactly 3 points. That's what essentially makes it a push. We get half of a point on pushes, a full point on wins, half a point on pushes, and then no points on losses. And so you're just trying to accumulate as many points as possible throughout the entire season. Here's the crazy thing. They don't just pay out first place. They pay out a lot of places, but they also do quarterly prizes. So I think it's like every 4 or 5 weeks, if you have the most points just for that segment of NFL season, you get I think it's like $100,000. And then even crazier, if you have the least amount of points just for that section of the season, you still get $25,000. But you can't just not pick and get 0 points. You have to pick 5 every single week. You just have to suck so bad that nobody has less points than you. So there's so many different ways you can win money. And last year I was like, the hard part is if you try to intentionally lose, you're putting the same amount of effort in as intentionally trying to win. And so it's not as easy to lose picks. You could pick, it's a complicated strategy process. You can't just close your eyes and pick a bunch of things, because chances are you may hit half of them when somebody else loses all of them. Long story short, now that we got to this point on today's video, we're going to be going through which 5 spreads I'm choosing for the Circa Million. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be betting individually or parlay or any of that stuff. This strategy that I'm going over is specific to this contest. You can do what you want, but this is what we're focusing on. We're focusing on picking 5 spreads for how this contest works. Now, we already know, so these spreads are the ones we have to pick from. So we're not choosing DraftKings Sportsbook. We're focusing on Circa Sportsbook spreads at the time they locked them in, which I think was 5 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday, yesterday. So we have to focus in on this here. This, of course, is a tool that we have on the app. It's the NFL Spread Predictor. So we're going to be using this, and we're also going to be using the Moneyline Predictor to try to find 5 spreads that are going to have the best chances to hit. And if we could start off this season with a 5-0 week 1, then we're in the driver's seat for that $1 million first place prize. The one up here at the top is the Dolphins spread. The Dolphins spread is plus 1.5 right now on DraftKings. If you remember what it was on the Circa Sportsbook, it is Dolphins pick'em. So Dolphins don't have a 1.5 advantage. It's just a pick'em. But if we go to the Moneyline Predictor, the Dolphins have a 56% chance to win, even though their spread is an underdog. So the Colts are still favored by a hair on some books, even though they're starting Danny Jones. But the Dolphins have a 56% chance to win. being the Dolphins fan I am, what I did last season, which didn't really help me because I didn't win $1 million last season, is I always picked against the Dolphins. So if the Dolphins lost or did not hit their spread, then I would still at least get 1 point for this contest. I don't think I'm going to do that this year, but I am going to pay attention to what the AI is telling me. And the AI, the biggest money line difference is the Dolphins to win, which essentially is what the 0.0 is. There's no spread. You're just picking a team to win with no points being factored in. So we're going to do that as our first one. Going back to the spread predictor, the next one is Buffalo 53%, and Baltimore being the implied favorite with a minus 125 line. The AI says that Buffalo should be a slight favorite. But even though it's the second listed for Sunday's games, we can find things that have a higher chance to win or hit than Buffalo 53. Let's actually go back to the spread predictor here. The second highest projected chance, which you see here at 59.33, projected spread chance is Cincinnati minus Cincinnati minus 5.5. If we go back to the Bengals, the spread is a hair better because we don't have them. They don't need to win by 6. If they win by 5, we still get half a point for the push. So let's just say we're going to go to Bengals minus 5. Let's go back to the spread predictor and look at another one. The next best projected chance is that Tampa Bay covers their minus 1.5 line. This one's a little worse on what we get to choose from for this $1 million contest because instead of minus 1.5, it's minus 2.0. But at minus 1.5, they still have to win by 2. And if they win by 2 here, instead of winning, which we normally would win on a minus 1.5 line, we'll only get half of a point here. I also think the Buccaneers are going to have a really good game. I know they're not fully healthy on the receiver front, but I think they should win by a field goal here, which means we'll get the full point if they do. So then we go back. So right now we have 3. We have Dolphins pick'em, Bengals minus 5, and Buccaneers minus 2. We need 2 more. So we're going to go back here. We were just talking about the Bills. The Bills are actually, based on the AI likes them to win outright. So we go back here. They're plus 1.5 on DraftKings, but here you see they're only plus 1. So if they lose by exactly 1 point, we'll get half a point. If they lose by more than that, then we don't get any points. It's always tough to go against Lamar Jackson, so I don't know how in love I am with this. But that's technically 4 now. And if we're going down to the next one, this is something that I don't know if I like at all, because we know Bo Nix is not a bad quarterback. We don't know much about Cam Ward because he hasn't had any NFL real game action. Did he have a great college season last year from Miami? Sure. But we need to see how he operates the NFL offense. He could be amazing, but are we going to risk a week 1 pick? Maybe not. So we go one more down, and we have Houston plus 3 against the Rams. I'm looking right now on the other screen before I even click over, and that's the exact spread that the Circa Million has. Matthew Stafford's been banged up, but he is starting. The Rams do not have Cooper Kupp anymore, but they do have Devontae Adams. Houston does not have their starting running back in Joe Mixon, but they do have Nick Chubb. But again, he's coming off a second, almost career-ending injury. I wonder what Houston's money line odds are right now. Go to the search, type in Hugh. So it still has the Rams to win, but I think this is the lowest money line difference of all of them. Yeah, they're at the bottom. So actually, I don't dislike that much. Out of all of the money line projections for Sunday's games specifically, the Rams are the most over-favored team. So negative difference means they're over-favored, overvalued. They only have a 52% chance to win, but the sportsbooks are giving them a 64% chance to win, implied chance. So maybe I don't hate the Houston plus 3. CJ Stroud's... I don't want to waste a week one pick on something with too much uncertainty. The Rams losing Cooper Kupp, the Rams getting Devontae Adams, Houston losing Joe Mixon, but having Nick Chubb. There's so many question marks there. So right now we're just going to tap this. So we have 5, but now that we have 5, you don't just want to, if you're playing in this contest next year to win $1 million, you don't want to just, oh, look at the top. So it says I can actually pick Chiefs and Chargers up until Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern time, and I'm recording this at 11. So I have 3 hours locked this in. But if you remember from my Survivor video, actually, no. The Survivor video I mentioned I was not touching the Chiefs because we're saving them for Christmas Day, because you have to make a pick specifically on Christmas Day. I don't know if we were saving them for Christmas or Thanksgiving, but one of those. But for the spread, let's actually look at what the AI likes for today's game. Because we have 3 hours, we can actually lock that in. So if we go over here, this is the spread. This is the money line predictor for today. So the sportsbook gives Kansas City a 62.41 implied chance to win. Our AI says they actually should be at a 66% chance, which of course means the AI likes Kansas City -3. And there isn't a crazy amount of uncertainty with the Chiefs because they essentially have a lot of their same offense. The only thing they don't have is Rashee Rice, because I think he's suspended for 4, 5, 6 games. So if we go back here, since we can lock in Kansas City, we have 3 hours to lock it in. We have to figure out which one of these do we like the least. And I honestly, so there's 2 things that I'm not 100% in love with. We have Houston and Rams, which, they don't have their star running back. They lost one of their star receivers, and they brought in a different star receiver, and then their quarterback's been banged up. And then we have, do we want to go against Lamar Jackson? So the question becomes, do we have more faith in Houston keeping the game close or winning, not having their star running back? Or do we have more faith in the Bills keeping the game close and or winning? The only player they don't have is Stephon Diggs, because he's now on where is Diggs? I just had a brain fart. Oh, Diggs is on Patriots now. So they didn't sign anybody. Hold on. I got to go back to the prop predictor here, and we got to see what's going on with I'm going to go to the prop predictor, and I'm going to go to Sunday. I want to see what the projections actually look like specifically for this Buffalo game. But yeah, like their receiving yard people, they got what? Palmer? Their tight ends? They got Shakir still. So yeah, it's like, and then Keon Coleman. So they lost a star receiver. Okay. So the Bills, I have more confidence in Houston covering because Nick Chubb is still a great running back, but we don't know if he's fully at the same strength he was when he was crushing it for the Browns before he went down again. But I don't know. I'm not in love going against Lamar Jackson. So I think I'm going to not do this one, and we're going to take the Chiefs tonight. So for the first week of the NFL season, for the Circa Million, the 5 that we're going to hope to go 5-0 with is the Chiefs to cover tonight, -3. The Dolphins to win in general. If they lose, this pick loses. The Bengals to win by at least 6 because their line is -5. Buccaneers to win by a field goal. And then Houston to win or lose by less than 3. So that is the goal for this one. So when we click submit, we can't change them. Once we submit, it's locked in. You can't change your mind. With these contests, I have until Saturday morning, so tomorrow morning to lock them in. But because we want to put Kansas City -3 in there, I think we're going to lock it in now, and then see what happens tonight. See if we can start out 1-0 for tonight's game. So that's essentially how I use the tool that I created for you to win $1 million this year. And we're going to keep you updated in the Discord and through the videos and stuff as we go through the season, so you can see how close I am. But yeah, I either want to go 5-0 or 0-5, because remember, if we go 0-5, we're going to be close to getting that $25,000 last place prize, which I'll take getting 0 points the entire season and keep winning that $25,000 prize. But yeah, so those are the 5 we're going for this show. So we click submit. Do we want to keep them as our selections? I say yes. So you just saw me officially submit. It's final. We can't do anything about it. So Winner's Circle Proxy, this is who I use to put in the picks, because you actually have to put these Survivor picks and these Circa Million picks in person. You actually have to show up to the Circa Sportsbook in Vegas and put these picks in person. So there's a service that's called a proxy service, and Winner's Circle is one of the most popular ones, that you pay them like a small fee every season, and then you just send them through their website like I just did. You send them the picks you want every week, and then they have a person physically take your picks you sent them and give it to the sportsbook to log in. And they have a specific time. They give you a deadline, like, hey, you have to give us your stuff by, Saturday morning at noon Eastern time. But we just locked in our picks. We can't change them, so that's what we're going with. Again, if we're going to miss one of these, I want to miss all of them. Actually, let me correct that. I'll take a 4-1 day. I want 5-0 or 4-1 or 0-5. I do not want any 3s or 2s. I do not want any 2-3 records. I want 5-0, 1-5, or 0-5. Sorry, 5-0, 4-1, or 0-5, because that sets us up for the best success chance to get paid at least 5 figures, if not 7. But ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're doing here on our Friday show. Remember, there is a episode already, a full episode for the Kansas City Chargers game tonight, so make sure you check that out. But yeah, we're going to be returning to our normal scheduling next week. And if you haven't been part of this PlayerProps.ai content feed, YouTube channel, Discord, revolutionary research app, last season, if you weren't part of this, what you want to do right now is pull up your phone and set an alarm for 10:59 a.m. Eastern time on Sunday. On this YouTube channel, every Sunday, except for week 2, because we're doing all of the player props, not all, but a chunk of the PlayerProps.ai community. We're all actually going to the Dolphins-Patriots game on week 2. So it's not going to happen on week 2, but every other Sunday at 11 a.m., this YouTube channel is going to pop up with a live stream. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to turn $2 into $5,000 by building a parlay that most likely will not hit, but we just do it for fun, because parlays like that don't hit. So you should stop actually trying to do that with real amounts of bankroll. But yeah, that is our show for Friday. We'll see you guys in the Discord. And again, the only way you can lose is by not listening to me and ignoring everything I say. Because if you listen to me, you made a lot of money last night. You're probably going to make a lot of money tonight as well. Good luck, guys.